Andrew, tell us a little bit about your area. When did you establish your stock containment area, and how did you initially plan to use it?
I built this containment area in about 2017, and it was mainly for drought lots or any dry spells we were having to get the sheep off the paddocks, really.
Yeah, awesome. What were some key features that you knew that you wanted to have when you were building it?
Simplicity, and not to be able to see it from the house or hear it, and I think just keeping it simple and getting it up cheaply and quickly as possible.
Yeah, awesome. So did you build the yards yourselves, or did you get a contractor in to do all your fencing work? What sort of earthworks did you have behind it, or was it very much bare bones what you've got and what you placed on top of it?
Yeah, pretty much bare bones. We just worked with what we had, and yeah, we built it ourselves. It was all very simple, and pretty much have it up in a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the basis of how it was designed, and keep it simple.
Yeah. So when you came up with your design of it, was that entirely your own sort of brainchild, or did you have any external consultants or anything sort of help you plan that, or was it just you going around and looking at other people's setups?
Yeah, we went to a lot of other people's setups and had a look around, and the LLS ran a drought containment course. We went and had a look at all their figures and their designs and worked out what would suit us and our aspect of where we could put it without running through gullies and into creek lines and out in the open.
Yeah, awesome. So explain to me how you currently use it. Like, when was your last time, and what's sort of your routine when you do have stock in there?
We haven't used it for 3 or 4 years now. It's been pretty good, so it's been a while. But when we had it, we got 5 pens of 50 by 100 metres, and we always have one empty pen at the end. So we go into an empty pen, we drop the feed on the ground, clean out the water troughs, fill up the loose lick, and then we open the double gates and let the sheep move across, and that way it allows us to pull off shy feeders at the end of the mob or anything that's looking sick or not doing. We can shut the gates before they come through and put them out into a separate paddock, and then we just move across the 4 pens, and that allows us to not run over sheep and not get too swamp fine and clean out troughs without the pressure of sheep being around us and take our time. The benefit of having the moving the sheep across every day is you get to see the sheep come, like, run straight past you, all the sheep, and if there's a few looking a bit tucked up and some right at the back there that are getting acidosis from the feed or shy feeders, you can easily pick them off and shut the gates and take them out another paddock and let them recover in somewhere else. And it's just really hands-on. You're not stressed, you're not in a rush, and you get to have a good look at your sheep every time you're in there feeding, and I think it saved a lot of sheep.
Yeah.
Me seeing them run past.
Yeah, definitely.
All the time.
Yeah. So you mentioned about also about when it was getting really hot, like when you had some 45-degree days. Can you talk about what your process was? Because you mentioned that you let those stock out. How did you manage your rations and your feeding if you were going to do that?
That was. So we had the forecast was for a week straight or 2 weeks straight of 45 plus days, and I couldn't bear seeing them out in the open that whole time. So we just let them in the paddock straight behind them with trees and dams, and gave them the full ration out in the open and hope for the best.
Yeah.
They were only out for a couple of weeks, so split them back up and put them back in after that hot spell.
Yeah. What equipment do you use for feeding out livestock?
Just a feed trailer and a tractor.
Yeah. Oh, easy. Did you actually have to buy that equipment before you set up your area, or did you already have it? Like, were you already using your feed trailer and stuff in the paddock?
We were using the feed trailer back before we had this. I think back last time I was feeding out in the paddocks, I think I opened and shut 27 gates every time I fed all the stock.
Yeah.
Without this system, so saved a lot of time.
Yeah, good.
Painful time.
Definitely. Do you think that your area is set up in a way that, say for example, if you wanted to implement it, say annually, say for weaning livestock or joining a bit more consistently in containment, do you think that it's set up ready for that, or you'd have to do a bit more work on it?
No, it's just 5 basic pens, and it's, do with what you want. We could put cell feeders in there, or we could do anything with it. It's very simple, and I'd use it for anything.
Yeah, awesome. What have been some of the key drawbacks that you've noticed that you probably didn't get right and that you'd want to improve on?
Probably didn't allow for enough trees.
Yep.
I know trees are hard to fit in with a feedlot because the shade and then the nutrients kills a lot of the trees, and so it's hard to know how to work that in. But probably didn't allow for enough tree room in between the feedlots. Other than that, it's been pretty good. It's so simple. It works.
Yeah, great. What are the key things that you look at in the paddock before you make the decision and the call to actually put them in containment?
Ground cover mainly, just to see how much bare ground is showing, and how much I think the topsoil is suffering. When the next rain comes, is it all loose and fluffy, and is it going to just wash away?
Yeah.
And now that this system's in, it's an easy decision to make.
Yeah.
Before there was a lot of processes that would have had to go through to get them off the paddocks and sacrifice paddocks, but now it's put them in the feedlot.
Yeah. Good. Do you find that has boosted up like the productivity of those paddocks?
Yeah, it definitely has saved a lot of the paddocks. Those paddocks that were sacrificed and that I was feeding in, they just took a lot longer to come back. They didn't have that, that ground cover to hold the moisture, and just didn't recover as well.
Yeah.